Hi, I'm Dr. Neelam Tandon, and today we are going to discuss about commercial paper. This is a money market instrument and it's an investment option for investors, those who have a low risk appetite, because this is a money market instrument which is a short term period, that is less than 1 year. The minimum period for commercial paper is 7 days and it can maximum be for 1 year. So we are going to discuss about commercial paper as a money market instrument according to the guidelines of Commercial Paper Directions 2017 issued by Reserve Bank of India, and it was declared on 10th of August 2017. So commercial paper is an unsecured money market instrument. It is issued in a form of promissory note and it is held in a demat form through any of the depositories which are approved and registered with SEBI. So commercial paper are issued with a minimum denomination of rupees 5 lakh and its multiple for the term of 7 days to 1 year with a minimum denomination of 5 lakh and its multiples. So commercial paper is issued at discount to face value and it can be traded in secondary market as over the counter product with the settlement cycle of T plus 0 or T plus 1, that is transaction to 0 and transaction plus 1 day, and it is settled through the clearing corporation of any recognized stock exchange or any other mechanism which is approved by Reserve Bank of India. It is not traded in derivative market because it has a low risk exposure for the investors. Now commercial paper issuer can buy back commercial paper in full or part at the issue prevailing market price, and it depends upon the market price depends upon the credit demand in the economy. So the buyback offer is extended to all investors and the terms of the buyback is identical for all investors in the issue. This is as per the disclosure norm given guidelines by the regulatory body, that is SEBI. So the buyback offer by the issuer cannot make before 30 days from the date of issue. So if commercial paper issuer has issued commercial paper today, that is in the month of August, it can only be make available to go for buyback of the commercial paper on 1st of September. So it has to be after 30 days only the commercial paper issuer can go for buyback. Banks, even they can get credit enhancement. So bank and financial institutions based on their commercial judgment can provide standby assistance and credit by way of credit enhancement for a CP issue. Even non-bank entities can provide unconditional and irrevocable guarantee for credit enhancement for commercial paper issuance, provided that the offer document for commercial paper is discloses the proper norms as per the disclosure and the net worth of the guarantor company. If we talk about in Indian context, commercial paper was introduced in India in 1990. The objective behind was to ease short-term borrowings for high-rated corporate borrowers. Now, short-term funds raised through commercial papers depend on credit demand in the economy. So, if investment demand in economy is going to increase and banks' financial health is improved in terms of the assets of the banks and the liabilities of the banks are less, so the money raised through commercial paper will be a secured investment option for the investors who are looking for low risk and moderate returns. So they will be investing in commercial paper, that is a money market instrument. Now if we talk in current context, Reliance Industries in the month of July 2020 had raised rupees 2,550 crore by selling 5 sets of commercial papers. The retail to oil conglomerate could get up to rupees 1,250 crore, and this was raised for 3 months at the rate of 3.4% interest rate. Now August 2020, because it was raised for 3 months, it was raised in July. So August 2020, Reliance Industry has paid its maturity proceeds to all holders of the commercial paper on due maturity date. Another player who has raised money through commercial paper is NLC India Limited, and it has issued and allotted 20,000 numbers of commercial papers of face value of rupees 5 lakh, as we have shared that this is the minimum denomination. So 5 lakh each, which is aggregating to rupees 1000 crore in the month of August 2020. Now when we say that corporate can issue commercial paper and these are unsecured instrument investment option, so SEBI has made certain guidelines for the sake of investors that these commercial papers have to have approval or endorsement from the rating agencies, and SEBI has divided in 3 categories. These ratings which are given to investment instruments is divided in 3 categories in the case of commercial paper, if we say about, because the lowest is A3. So the lowest risk exposure for investors is defined in terms of A1. So A1 signifies very strong degree of safety in terms of timely payment of financial obligations, and it carries lowest credit risk. So it's the best in terms of the risk exposure of the investors and the due payment on the due date for the proceeds or the maturity proceeds. A2 signifies strong degree of safety as compared to very strong degree of safety as we have shared in case of A1. So here strong degree of safety is there in terms of timely payment of financial obligations, and such instruments carry low credit risk, whereas A1 carry lowest credit risk. Now if we look at A3, A3 signifies moderate degree of safety regarding timely payment of financial obligation by the issuer, and it carries high credit risk. So the minimum rating which is acceptable for commercial paper as per SEBI guidelines is A3. That means the credit risk is higher and the timely payment degree of safety to the investors is moderate. Now, for example, if we say that if there is eligible issuer of commercial paper whose total commercial paper issuance during a calendar year is 1000 crore or more, so in that case, as per SEBI's guideline, they have to obtain credit rating for issuance of commercial paper from at least 2 credit rating agencies which are registered and approved with SEBI. So for example, we say CARE Rating Limited and CRISIL Limited, and so these are the 2 credit rating agencies if we take in this particular example. So in that case, a company which is going to issue commercial paper with 1000 crores or more have to have rating from the 2 rating agencies, and they have to go for taking care about the lower of the 2 ratings. So suppose CARE Ratings Limited gives rating of A2 and CRISIL gives rating of A1. Then in that case, the commercial paper issuance will be given rating of A2 because that is of a lower rating. And the objective behind is that the investors should get the clear message in terms of the risk exposure by investing in commercial paper. So where both ratings are same, then in that case it will be assigned the lower one and based on the lower amount for which rating has been obtained. So if the commercial paper issuance is for 1000 crore one and 1500 crore one, and if they will get from the CARE Rating Limited and CRISIL Limited rating of A2 in both sets. But if we say about that the amount which will be sanctioned or which will be approved by SEBI for the issuance of commercial paper will be 1000 crore rather than 1500 crore. So that is as per the guideline of SEBI. Now, who can issue commercial paper? So companies including non-banking financial companies, all India financial institutions are eligible to issue commercial papers. That is subject to the condition that any loan taken from bank or fund-based borrowings or from the financial institutions has to be classified as standard asset. So when we say about standard assets for the bank, that is Standard assets are assets that are generating interest income, and there are no areas of principal and interest to be paid by corporate which is exceeding 90 days. So that is the minimum requirement for companies and non-banking financial companies and all India financial institutions who are eligible to issue commercial paper. So there are to be standard assets in the books of the banks. Now others who can raise through commercial paper, the funds they can raise through commercial papers are other entities like cooperative societies, unions, government entities, trust, limited liability partnership, and any other body corporate having presence in India with a net worth of 100 crore or higher, subject to the condition of standard assets, can issue commercial paper in India. And any other specific entity which is permitted as per RBI norms can go for issuance of commercial paper. Now the question arises, who can invest in commercial paper? So all residents and non-residents permitted to invest in commercial paper under the Foreign Exchange Management Act. So non-resident are permitted to invest in commercial paper under the FEMA norms 1999. But no person can invest in commercial paper who is a related party either in the primary or the secondary market. So they cannot enter or they cannot invest in primary or secondary market in commercial papers because they are related parties. 2. This is duly taken care in terms of safeguarding the investors' interest by SEBI. So investment by regulated financial sector entities will be subjected to norms laid down by regulatory body. Now what is the process of commercial papers? So if we talk about process of commercial paper issuance, the issuer of commercial paper has to appoint an issuing party agent, that is a scheduled commercial bank, for issuance of commercial paper, and has to ensure compliance of all relevant requirements under the direction of issuing party agents, and ensure that the proceeds from the commercial paper issues are for declared end use only. So they cannot misuse the funds which have been raised through commercial paper and what has been disclosed in the books. So the issuer has to keep the banks informed about its market borrowings, including commercial papers, within a month of the issuance of commercial paper. So everything has to be transparent. Reason being, the issuing party agent has to mitigate the risk in terms of issuer commercial paper and to take care about investors' interest. So the issuer has to arrange for crediting the CP or the commercial paper to the demat account of the investors. As we have shared, it is maintained in demat form with the depository through the issuing payment agent within 7 days of issuance of the commercial papers. All subscription and redemptions, buyback, payment, all default details are to be routed through the issuing party agent. It is very much necessary for issuer of CP to submit on a quarterly basis a certificate from the Chief Executive Officer or Chief Financial Officer to the concerned scheduled bank which is acting as a issuing party agent, and that commercial paper proceeds are used for disclosed purposes. This has to be ensured, and the certification has to be given from CEO and CFO. And certifying this has to certify adherence to the other conditions of the offer document and the CP directions. So the certificate may be provided within 15 days from the close of the quarter by the issuer of commercial paper to the scheduled bank which is the issuing party agent. The issuer has to inform within 24 hours to the credit rating agencies and issuing payment party agent and SEBI about any default or delay in commercial paper related to payments on maturity date. So it has to be duly informed to SEBI if there is any revision in the credit rating, and has to submit a certificate confirming fulfillment of its payment obligations within 2 days on payment due to the investors. So SEBI takes care about the investors' interest as utmost priority. So, as per SEBI norms, the issuer who has defaulted on commercial paper will not be allowed to access commercial paper market for the next 6 months from the date of repayment of the defaulted obligations. Now, what is the role of issuing and paying agent for commercial paper? So, they have to ensure that the borrower, that is the commercial paper issuer, is appropriately authorized to borrow through commercial paper. They verify their due documents as per the disclosed norms in the offer document before it is accepted for issuance. Now, the credit rating agencies have to play a very important role over here because the investors' confidence is based on credit rating agencies' rating given. So, credit rating agency have to act responsibly in rating commercial paper issuance and continuously monitor the rating assigned to an issue and disseminate rating revisions if there are any to public through its publication and it's on its website. And at the same time, the issuer has to share this with SEBI because they are going to take care about investors' interest. This credit rating agency has to publicly disseminate the ratings of the commercial paper, and any subsequent change in the ratings on the due of rating or change in rating, as the case may be, has to be duly disseminated for the investors' interest. So, I hope the technical details or the intricacies of commercial paper as short-term borrowing instrument used by corporate and other financial institutions is clear to all of you. Thank you so much.